Oh, hey! I didn't quite see you there. Care for a hit? Forgot my lighter. I got my lighter. Transformation Tuesday. It can get hot as shit in here. Transformation Tuesday, Chris Franzak. Martes de Transformación! Shall we?
I feel as if there's a force that's currently working.
This video is brought to you by Jesters Productions. If you're interested in purchasing our merchandise, you can visit the Etsy shop, linked below in the description of this video. You can also subscribe to my Patreon if you would be interested in listening to the music that you are hearing throughout all the Transformation Tuesdays. Visit my Patreon. I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And now, let's get the video started. Thanks again for tuning into this Transformation Tuesday, a weekly series that I decided to start to be able to show the progress and evolution of not only myself, but other beings around me and how we can collectively grow. The important thing for somebody whenever they are trying to share content or they're trying to share their lives, and many people they're attached to what is called the ego. And for those that don't know, the ego is the identification of self. I can say, I am a drummer, or I can say, I play drums. I am a drummer includes ego. Saying that you play drums, that's not saying that you are anything. It's just stating that you do something. What we've been taught since we are very young kids is to be able to identify ourselves with something. But the bottom line is that there's nothing really to identify ourselves with because we're momentarily here. We only spend a moment within this human body and have experiences, and then we transcend on to different kind of things. And those different things that we may transcend on to, they'll probably be a lot more interesting than the things that we do here. Not to say that the things that we're doing here aren't interested. I mean, we're in an RV that's probably from the 80s that has no gas that works, no water running. Water doesn't run. But we do have electric, which is important because that fuels my LED lights and it fuels the radio that plays music at night. So we're grateful for that. But, yeah. Just bonkers. Going back to this idea of the ego that is attached to us as soon as we're born, because our parents say, oh, he's going to be this or she's going to be that based on their own likings, and their own likings are based on what their parents wanted them to like.
and so on and so forth. That's why for many parents it's very hard to see their sons or daughters be doing things that they never expected that they would be doing themselves. They consider that you are straying away from a path that they're trying to show you that they believe that is best. But that path that they believe is best is based on their own experiences. And for many, mostly for all, it's really hard to see somebody else doing something different whenever they don't know the outcome of that activity. For example, I am the first one in my family that decided to have a career in music. A career in music, even more during the times that we're going through. How does that sound to a parent that would like to see their son prosper? It can be very scary at first, but it all depends on the initiative that you have. If you become a music student, my pro tip to you is that as soon as you start your first year of college as a music student, get business cards. Most importantly, brand yourself. Be able to know how to create a brand out of who you are. For example, I have my brand, which is Jesters. Jesters is something that I started almost a year ago from now. It's going to be a year in August, and I'm going to be very happy to celebrate that year anniversary with the drop of new merchandise and with hopefully being able to employ more people. And that's at the stage that we are with our business. Our business has transformed itself to the stage where now we're going to be able to employ individuals, which is incredible to me. It's something that I never thought I would be doing. It's the path of the entrepreneur. Putting time and effort into that business growing, but now there's other people that are interested in jumping on that boat and peacefully, with a lot of love, helping you make your business grow. Because the bottom line is that the business ends up being everyone's. The corporation is the whole. It's not just the individual, it's not just the president and the CEO, it's going to be every single employee that's going to be helping. The most important thing whenever you're an employee is to never think with the mentality of an employee that will always be there in the same position. Again, you have to transform. You have to be able to take initiative in your life and say, how can I become my own boss? And how can I take all these things that I've learned so far to be able to employ myself? Make money by myself without having to depend on others to pay me a monthly salary. And once you start doing that, what do you obtain? You obtain freedom, my friend. You obtain freedom. And that's what we need to achieve. We need to achieve complete freedom. Because since we're born, this ego that is attached to us completely strips us away from our freedom, from actually being able to think, from actually being able to express, and from knowing how to play the game. The game we play is quite an interesting one, that's for sure. Since you've been a young kid, you know this. You know that the place that you're in is quite interesting. The inner workings of it is fascinating when you consider these beautiful flowers that are outside and how they grow. When you consider somebody that put time and effort into creating something as interestingly structured as this zither. How can one not have ego if they're branding themselves like I'm doing? You have to understand that there needs to be a fine balance. You need to know how to balance yourself from having an ego and understanding that that ego that you're creating isn't going to be with you once you transcend. And by transcending, it can be through being alive or transcending once we die. Death is marketed to us as something that is terrifying and something that we should avoid, but it's simply another phase that we go through. It's just another experience that our mind puts itself through so that we can continue learning, so that we can continue obtaining different experiences. Therefore, this ego that we have, you have to find the balance between it. I am capable of branding myself
and saying, I am a production company. But at the same time, I'm capable of understanding that all of this that's right here, right now, won't be here once I am gone. I am leaving this body, and I'm okay with that. I don't mind. I don't think that if I die tomorrow, there's things that I still need to do. So what's the point of caring that much? You can care enough where you put your energy into things and you put only positive energy in, but you shouldn't care to the point where you couldn't live without those things. But nothing is eternal. Nothing will ever be. So find the balance between having an ego and understanding that that ego won't be there forever. The name that you have, the name that you identify with, the name that you go by, it was given to you. You didn't choose it. So that name won't be with you for the rest of your existence as energy. And are you going to be okay with that? How are you going to feel once you don't have a name anymore? How are you going to feel when you don't have a body anymore? And the important thing is to find a balance between your ego. Understand that who you are will not be there once you're gone. And understand that while you're here, you have to be the most positive, peaceful being as possible in order to inspire others to find their true selves. And that's what we're all here for. We're trying to find our true selves. Just don't get lost in the ways. Don't get lost in marketing. Don't get lost in animal consumption. Don't get lost in drug consumption. Just get lost within yourself and your own mind, and that'll take you far. Thank you very much for tuning into this Transformation Tuesday. I'm very happy to just sit in front of a camera and talk about things. So if you enjoy that, leave a comment below about things that you would like me to talk about, and I'll definitely get around to them. Thank you very much. Transformation Tuesday. Yeah. Smoke another hit. Smoke another hit. Wouldn't it be take another hit? Such nice little O's. They're like tiny little rings. That one's still going. You got this, dude. Yeah. It's a tiny little O and it's flying in the sky. I'm gonna see. Ask my man why. Why do the O's fly in the sky if everyone around them are standing on their feet? Standing on their feet, walking on the street. But there is a man there that is flying high. There is a man there that is telling why. Asking the man why. Oh, hi bees. Hey BBs. Buzz, 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 buzz. Alright, I think that's well enough of a lot of dumb content for today. Wow, this has created a line. Oh, I'm sorry I interrupted with my breathing, but still. Created a fine line of smoke that you can't see because you're not here, but I'm gonna suck it up real quick. Thank you for coming back into my lungs after being in there. Peace out.